So anyway, so I was bringing and I was also speaking with animal psychics. I didn't know what else to do. I was trying to do everything. So and I put posters all over. We thought, okay, where would there be? Stevie's a very social dog. He loves people. He's going to find the people. So everywhere that I thought there would be people, in gas stations, any supermarkets, at the gates to every moshav, I put posters of Stevie with my phone number on and a little arrow pointing to the mohawk on top of his head. I made some friends in the south, and I ended up staying for a few days, and then I could get more searching done. They helped me with finding coming up with a good strategy. They put me in touch with the municipal vet, and we really covered all the angles. I drove around a lot, and I gave posters to the soldiers that were guarding all of the moshavs. And I told them the story of Stevie, and I told them I'm in touch with all of the dog search and rescue organizations. If you see any stray dogs, send me a picture and a location, and I'll try and find someone who can come and scan them. So, and I would ask them, I would get their WhatsApp number, and I would say, please send this picture of Stevie to your whole unit. And every week I would do this. One day I met this soldier whose name was Moore, and we were talking, and I told him about Stevie, and he was like, okay, I'll keep my eyes open. And I said, he's a really social dog, and just remember, he has the thing on top of his head, but send me any pictures of any dogs you find. You never know where he could be. 2 weeks later, I had met Yoram, who has an animal search and rescue organization, and a lot of the other animal organizations had given up on the dogs in the south at this point. It was well over a month. And I asked one of them, I said, who's still looking? And she said, call Yoram. Anyway, I called Yoram. I said, my dog is missing in the south. He said, I'll help. So we scheduled a time to go look for Stevie. We mapped out some of the likely areas where stray dogs had been spotted, and Yoram uses technology in his dog searches. So he came down with a drone. And we went to a few different areas. We did not see Stevie. We went to Talmei Yosef, where Stevie had run away from. And Yoram said, this is just such a huge, huge area. We could be here for a week and not cover all the land. Anyway, that night I went home, and I was so depressed. I was so sad. The next day I just couldn't stop crying. And then Thursday, I don't remember what I did during the day, but I had some friends coming over in the evening for dinner, and my phone rang, and it was Moore, the soldier who I'd met 2 weeks earlier. And he said, hi Rebecca, I think I have Stevie here. And because I was getting phone calls every day from people who thought they'd found Stevie, I had stopped getting excited about this. And I said, really, why do you think so? And he said, well, because he has the mohawk on his hair. He has the thing on his head that you told me about. Anyway, he sent me a picture of Stevie, and it was Stevie. And he was about 15 kilometers away from Talmei Yosef. So I rang my friend who lives there, the pineapple farmer, and he dropped everything, went to Bnei Netzarim, where the soldier had Stevie, and he still had Stevie's leash and collar there because Stevie had run away without it. And Ehud put Stevie's collar on, and then Yoram, who had been flying the drone, he had been in Be'eri that day. He said, I'm close by, I'll go get him. He drove down to Bnei Netzarim. They did the dog handoff. Yoram brought Stevie back to Tel Aviv. And the rest is history. That was November 16th, 40 days after the war started. And it was before the hostage release. The first round of the hostages had been released in the first deal. So everyone needed some good news at that point. So it was a miracle.
Do you have the impression that, when you ran away, did you, when you got him back, has he changed? Had he changed?
He was, the first night he was back, I think he was sick actually. He couldn't, he was so excited to be home. He kept walking between the beds and the sofas and his dog beds, and he couldn't settle down. He couldn't get comfortable. He was so happy to have something soft to sleep on. He's a real prince, this one. He's not used to, he doesn't like lying down on the cold hard floor. So the first night he came back, I had bought him a new dog bed when I was in London, and even though I came back not knowing if I would ever find Stevie again, I brought this dog bed back with me. And so he had this brand new dog bed, and I put it on my bed next to me, and the whole night I just kept touching him. And the whole night he was like, he wasn't really restful. He was kind of like, his eyes were always open, and he was kind of shallow breathing. I think he wasn't so well. Anyway, so then that was Thursday. On Saturday night he started getting sick. I don't know if it was because he had eaten too much when he came home, or if he had just picked up a bug. On Sunday he was throwing up, and I took him to the vet, and he needed to have IV fluids and antibiotics. Anyway, thank God, Stevie is, as you can see, he's gained back all 6 kilos that he lost. He's eating 3 meals a day. Everything, every time I eat something, he shares it with me. We have a 50-50 deal. Wow. I need to get him back to his good behavior, because he's begging a lot.
I have an idea. Oh my God. I have an idea. We'll do some short. Oi, oi, oi.
Oh, there we go. There you go. You wanted him to bark.
Yeah.
He does not like that big dog that just walked past.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure.